Hello and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to talk about editing photos. At this point, you should have already taken your photos. You should have already selected your photos and ordered them. So next thing is I will show you a couple of softwares that you could use to easily edit your photos. I know that some of you might not be super technical, you might not like technology very much, but I can assure you that if you try, the software itself is very, very simple to use. So I will encourage you all to try editing your own photos. So as I mentioned, there is two softwares that you can use to edit your photos. One of them is Lightroom Classic. This is by Adobe. Um, this one is paid. It's $10 a month. And the second free software you can use is Darktable. It almost has same capabilities as Lightroom Classic, but it's a little bit less user-friendly, but it's completely free. You can try both of them and see which one you like better. So for some of you who have never done photo editing, Lightroom Classic might be a little bit simpler to use, but it's also free. So I would try out both of them and see which one works better. So I'm going to share my screen and show you a few photos that I've edited. On the left, you can see original photo, and on the right side, you can see the edited photo. So one thing you should keep in mind in Airbnb that you need to a little bit overexpose your photos. If I was editing this photo and I was going for a natural look, I would not make the edited photo, the right one, so bright. But it's a good practice for Airbnb to make your photos a little bit extra bright. They really stand out. They look better on Airbnb website compared to like naturally edited photos. So you can see that on the right side, the photo is a little bit overexposed, but that's exactly what we are aiming at. It looks much warmer, much more appealing, and it only takes a few clicks of a button for you to accomplish this. So first thing first, we are going to talk about Lightroom Classic. So this is the software, Lightroom Classic. You can go on Adobe's website and download this software. I'm not an expert in this software. You can do lots of great things, but I will show you how do I use in a simplest manner, and also I will have few links to the videos that you can watch on YouTube that will help you understand how this software works exactly. Um, so you can see few tabs, and there is a library tab, and then there's a developers tab. So library tab is where we import our photos. So I'm gonna import a sample photo now. So now I have imported my photos. You can import as many photos as you want, and then you go to the tab, developers tab. So this is the photo. This is not edited just yet. So now we want to edit it. So you can see that all these sliders here, this is what we're going to be working with. They're all in a neutral zone. On the left side, you can see presets. The software is nice and easy to use in a sense that it lets you have different presets. So they are basically predetermined filters. Um, I will have some presets available for you in the description of the video, and you can press this plus button and import presets from here, and then they will start showing up. So if you press one of these presets, you can see that the photo got edited automatically, right? This is a bit too much for this photo, but regardless, you can see that with a few clicks of a button, you can have a preset saved and you can apply it on top very easily. So this is actually pretty good. So you can see I have a base case here with which is nothing, and then you apply this or this bit too overexposed, but you can see I think this is the original filter that I use for this picture. So This is actual preset that I used for specific picture. My presets will probably not work for your specific pictures because it depends on the lighting, but it might be a good starting point. So we've touched the base about the presets. I will share some presets with you. Um, but once you start using the software a little bit more, then you will be saving your own preset. The way to save the preset is to press this button and create a preset. So that way you can save your current filters into the preset. Um, let's go back to the base. This is this photo unedited. The one huge advantage that Lightroom Classic has over the Darktable is this auto button here. So you press this button and it does the editing for you automatically. So you can see that this photo is fully edited. This is not any worse than what I've had. So if you compare this photo to mine, look, it auto edits it in most cases. So you will always start with auto and then auto, and then you keep on going from there. So if you think that you want it a little bit more vibrant, you add the vibrance. Uh, if you want a little bit less blacks, you would do this. So I also don't know what the sliders mean exactly, but you can try them out and see how exactly does it work for you. Shadows, a little bit less shadows, but you want to have a natural feel to it, a little bit overexposed. So I think this is a pretty good photo. You can add an exposure a little bit more. So this is usually the main thing that I use for these photos. And then here we go. We have an edited photo. This is good enough. A little bit extra exposure, and your editing is pretty much finished for this particular photo. And after you're done with this, you go back to library and you export your photo. And that's it. It's very simple to use. Now, once you get familiar with it, after watching a couple of YouTube videos, it should only take you maybe like a minute to edit each photo. As simple as that. Go for warm colors to make it a little bit more exposed and a little bit brighter. And that's all. Really a very simple process. So I'll show you results of the edits for the photos that we took for this particular apartment. So you can see that everything is a little bit more overexposed and it's brightened up. So this kitchen is way darker than this, but you can see that it's brightened up. So exposure is a little bit cranked up. This original photo for this is very dark. I can show you the original photo, for example. So this was original photo, and this is after editing. You can see how much brighter this photo is compared to this dark original photo. Again, this is it took me like less than a minute to do this. Yeah, all the photos needs to be really brightened up. One advice I would give you, don't go too crazy. Don't make it look unnatural. Try to keep the natural look to it. And here, outdoors photos, I just use the auto setting. Okay. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say about Lightroom. It's pretty simple to use. Your best friend is this auto setting, and then you can switch the sliders a little bit. Main thing is this exposure slider. Just crank it up a little bit, and that's all. Again, I'll share with you some presets that I have, and that's pretty much all. Now we're gonna jump into Darktable. So Darktable is a free version, and it almost does the same thing as Lightroom Classic. You have a light table, tab and you have a darkroom tab. So it works like library and development in the Lightroom Classic. I think they copied lots of the functionality from the Lightroom Classic. So here you can similarly import your photos. I've already imported the photo, and then after you have imported the photo, you go to darkroom to edit it. So I've already done some edits on this photo, um, but it's a similar process. So you go to the top here, you have a quick access panel. You can change the layout of what you see. Here there's a different types of filter. The main one is quick access panel. So you can just use this one. So you can see that I've done some edits to this photo, but let's just try a little bit more. Yeah, see, this changes the color a little bit. So we want a little bit more yellow. So we'll just keep it on this vector here. Maybe decrease, try to the what this slider does. We'll still keep it here. Saturation, exposure. We don't want any more because it will look too much. So I think you get the idea. It's black. So you just try the sliders, see how it goes, and then after a while it will realize what each one of them does. And yeah, you don't even need to do that many. This is the photo that we've got from the dark table. This is not that different from the photo that I got from the Lightroom Classic. I will show you the comparison now. So these are two photos that I got from two different softwares. The left side is the Lightroom Classic. The right side is Dark Table. And you can see that they're very, very similar. There is slight differences in colors, but they're regardless very similar. And two of them look almost exactly the same. And this one is free and this one is paid. Other than that, the softwares work really similarly. The disadvantage with the dark table is that it doesn't have that auto button, so it doesn't edit the photos for you automatically. So you have to come here and manually edit each photo, which takes a little bit more time. But you can do very similar things here as you're doing in the Lightroom Classic. For example, if I look at this photo, let's add the vibrance a little bit more. We need the white. Let's do white. Actually, let's see what this does. Yeah. Exposure. Exposure is usually what you're going for when you're working with the Airbnb photos. So usually you do something like this. Um, let's see. I don't like too much of this. Maybe we'll set this to 0. If you double click the pointers in both of the softwares, they will reset to default. So yeah, you can give it a try. Try both softwares, see which one works for you. My personal preference is Lightroom Classic because I've used it for a longer time and I'm more used to it. But they do pretty much same thing, and Darktable is free. So yeah, try both and see which one works for you. That's all I wanted to say in this video. It's pretty quick. I will share Lightroom Classic presets with you. Otherwise, yeah, I will highly encourage you to try it. And it's good to know and have the skills because you can use this for your personal photos as well. It's very, very good to know at least one photo editing software in this day and age when we take so many photos. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything or if you have any questions, and I'll answer those as well. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next video.